Hello, are you ready to count by fives? Remember, when we skip counted by twos, we would touch two things at a time to count. Now that we're counting by fives, that means we want to count groups of 5 things at a time. So the perfect thing to start with for counting by fives are hands, because most hands have 5 fingers. Your hands have 5 fingers each, and these hands have 5 fingers each. So we're going to start by looking at these hands and counting by fives. Now, if I was counting by ones, I would just touch each finger and count one number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, it looks like they have fingernail polish on. But if I'm counting by fives, I'm going to do it faster by just saying 5. And I'm including all 5 fingers in that. And then when I go to the second hand, instead of counting 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I'm going to jump straight to the number 10 because I know that I'm adding 5 more. So 5, and then another 5, 10, and then another 5, 15, and then another 5, 20. So skip counting by fives is really fun, but it means you have to know how much it is to add 5 on. You have to know what comes next when you're skipping over 4 numbers. So to do that, we're going to go back to the hundreds chart. On the hundreds chart, when we counted by twos, we would count 2 boxes at one time and just say the second number, 2, 4, 6. Because now we've counted 6 boxes so far. But when we're counting by fives, we're going to do the same thing, but instead we're skipping all the way to the 5th box. We're counting all 5 numbers together and just saying 5. 5. 10. 50. 20. Using the hundreds chart can really help learn which numbers you're going to say out loud, because you can do the trick that we did with counting by twos. Say all the other numbers still, counting by ones, but say them quietly. And then say the 5th number loud. So let's do that again, using that trick so that we don't get confused of which number comes next. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Once I get really used to that, I'm going to learn the pattern of counting by fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and we could keep going. Could you predict which number will come next? 35, and then 40, 45, and then 50. Do you see a pattern on the hundreds chart right now? All the numbers that we say are in this column and this column. And if you look even closer, look at something in the ones column of all of these numbers, in the ones place of all these numbers. 5, 15, which is a 10 and a 5, 25, which is 2 10s and a 5, 35, which is 3 10s and a 5, 45, which is 4 10s and a 5. All the ones places have the number 5. And then in this column, what do you see? All the ones places have the number 0. So that's another way that you can learn the pattern of counting by fives. If we look at a problem where we want to count something, we want to count these balloons. If they're in a group of 5, suddenly we know we can use our skip counting by fives to count them faster. Because I want you to notice something. If I count these balloons by ones, Pay attention to how long it takes, okay? Let's see. I'm going to look. I have a little timer right now. And it says 5:07. Okay. 50. Okay, 5:19. So that means that took 12 seconds to count those balloons by one. 12 seconds. Let's see how fast it is when I count them by fives. Ready? So I know this is a whole group of five, so I'm going to touch them all and say 5. Here we go. Okay, I'm starting the timer right now, 45. 5, 10, 15, 51, 6 seconds. Counting by ones took 12 seconds. It was literally half as fast to count by fives. That's why skip counting can be really useful. You also know that tallies come in groups of 5. And when we have tallies, we have these nice groups, but it's not always easy to see the total number. And it would take a really long time to go through and count them all by ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We don't need to do that. They're in beautiful groups of fives, and if we know our skip counting numbers, or our pattern of counting by fives, we can count by fives super easily. Let's do it, and we'll add the numbers. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So there are 30 tallies here. If I was tallying the number of people that walked down my street, then at the end, I can count them all up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I know that there were 30 people that walked down my street all day. All right, in Seesaw, you're going to have a worksheet or a picture with some hands that each have 5 fingers, which means you can count the fingers by fives. I want you to fill in the numbers as you count by fives. And I'm also going to give you a song to help you learn the pattern of counting by fives so that it gets stuck in your head, because that makes it a little bit easier. Happy counting!